075 2709 7474 to book. Website insideoutconsultancy.co.uk and irishradio.org.
The Irish Spectrum with Jerry Byrne.
Patricia Ronayne has been in the travel industry for many years, as is an expert in the field of bringing visitors to Knock. Now, Patricia describes her trips as a pilgrimage with a difference. Now, trips include return flights from local UK airports, high-quality accommodation and meals, day trips and entertainment. Now, it's very much a personal service, and you'll be able to reach Patricia on 01268 762 278. Have pens at the ready. I'll be giving out the number again shortly. Now, here to tell us why she enjoys such a good reputation, I'm pleased to welcome her online. Patricia, very good afternoon.
Hi, Jerry. How are you?
Not bad at all. Good to speak to you. Now, Patricia, as a native of Mayo, coming not far from Knock, you'll be well qualified to make the very best arrangements for visitors to your county and indeed the west of Ireland. Now, you've got flexible itineraries allowing people to go at their own pace and follow their own preferences. Can you give us an idea about that and costs, etc.?
Sure. Well, I suppose what I'm doing caters for the more mature of society. Whilst we welcome all ages on board, it is, I suppose, a lot of the more mature, as I said, that come on the trips. And probably the most, the greatest quip that people have is if they're on a coach tour, they're rushed around, they're put on a bus, they're taken off the bus very quickly, etc. They don't have a lot of time. So my itineraries are created with keeping less pressure associated with them. So people have time in Knock because our hotel is situated in the Shrine grounds. Therefore, you can potter over even away from the group when you wish to spend your own time there. We do have day excursions and they're short transfers and we allow more time than normal so that it's all very much at a relaxed pace.
No, it's supportive that people feel, of course, as well. Patricia, confident in a tour operator. You're a member of the industry regulated bodies.
Yes, I'm a member of ATOL, so I have my licence, and I'm a member of the Travel Trust Association, which is a group of travel agents. Again, you have 100% financial protection and public liability, so you can book with confidence with knockpilgrimages.
Right. Now, also, refreshingly, knockpilgrimages is not an internet-based service solely. Inquiries go all through you, so no one is seen as just another number. People will book over the telephone and they can discuss directly with you what they need to know.
Yes, well, it is a very personalised service that I offer. When you phone, you will get me at the end of the line, and I will be with you from start to finish. And I suppose in my experience, the elderly in particular, if they're travelling alone, they like to be reassured that somebody's there to look after them, that they're not going to be arriving at an airport on their own, trying to make their next move. They're assisted right from that initial phone call. I accompany all my groups, so I travel with them to Knock, and I'm there for the duration of the trip. I also have a support car that travels behind the coach, so in the event of any emergency, everything is covered. We have evening entertainment every evening, which you don't have to avail of. It's purely optional. You can pop across to the Shrine and have private prayer time if you wish. But it has been said to me in the past where people have travelled on their own that the next time they would come, they would bring their husband or wife because there's a lot more on offer than simply a pilgrimage. In other words, you don't necessarily have to be religious to enjoy the sights of County Mayo.
Right. Now, sometimes people travel in pairs or in groups. If somebody finds that they're striking out alone, they sort of would like to provide safety, security, and an opportunity to socialise. And the extent of, have you seen friendships made over the years?
The biggest question I have at the end of every trip is, can we all exchange phone numbers? In other words, that I have to provide a list with everybody's telephone number and address on it. That is the biggest thing, where you come on your own if you are travelling alone, but you leave as friends with the entire group.
Yeah, no, it's great that trips are affordable with flights, accommodation, meals, excursions, and entertainment included, meaning that people need only budget for sort of personal mementos, which sort of leaves it all pretty good value. But over and beyond that, I learned when we spoke of the air that commonly you support those who wish to visit family or visit indeed a grave in Ireland.
Absolutely. I always get the request that somebody hasn't been back home for years. They may need to visit a grave that's a couple of hours away. And I will always, that's I suppose where I go above and beyond. For me, and I suppose it's important to say this, the journey for me is a personal journey. It's not commercial in any sense. My father was a friend of the late Monsignor Horan, who built Knock Airport and who built the basilica that's there and developed Knock in its own right. And his dream was to bring the pilgrims to Knock. And 35 years on, that's what I'm now trying to do. And his modus operandi was looking after people, which is I suppose, essentially my calling in life. It's to do that little bit extra. So if you want to go somewhere that's off the itinerary, you can be guaranteed that I will make it happen. I'm lucky. I have a lot of contacts back home. I live 12 miles from the shrine. That's my home place, although I'm based in the UK now. So I have lots of friends and colleagues that I can call on to do those little extra things.
Excellent. Now, when we go away, the last thing we want to do is return more tired than we were when we set out. Now, I understand that comfort sort of is a byword. Coach trips are no longer than 30 minutes, and you've carefully planned so that people won't be walking long distances. Therefore, for example, anyone with slight mobility issues won't have to worry.
No, absolutely not. And in addition to that, we can provide wheelchair assistance and walker aids. No problem can be got in Knock. Our excursions, as you mentioned, the maximum time, the longest one would be Ballintubber Abbey, which is 35 minutes from Knock. We also go to Westport. We take in Foxford, which is only 25 minutes. So that the trips are planned insofar as you won't be any longer than a very maximum of 40 minutes on the coach. Again, when we stop at places like Patrick, you have the option to go for a cup of coffee in the near cafe, or if you're able to walk to the steps, then you can do so. So there's something for everybody. If you're not able to walk that far, that's fine. But in any case, there will be nothing longer than a few hundred yards. The hotel itself is in the shrine grounds, which is literally 300 yards from the chapels. And there's also a shuttle bus, a little bus that runs over and back to the shrine. So it's very well catered for. On my last pilgrimage, I had a couple who had been to the Holy Land. And like you mentioned there, they said they needed a holiday when they got back. I can promise you won't need a holiday. You'll come back very relaxed after a trip to Knock and the west of Ireland.
So, Patricia, what packages are currently available?
I have a few seats left on the 17th of September, which is a very important day, as most of the Mayo listeners will know. It's the day that Mayo will win the All-Ireland. So it would be a lovely time to be arriving in Knock when Sam Maguire is on its way down to visit Knock as well. I also have the 28th of September for 4 nights. I have the 2nd of October, which is a very special trip, and that's taking in Galway. So whilst most of the trips are 5 nights in Knock and we travel around to see the sites in County Mayo, this one is a little bit different because we're spending 2 nights in Galway. We will have Mass in the Cathedral. We'll also visit Kylemore Abbey. We'll drive out towards Connemara, Clonmacnoise, and then we will come back to Knock for 2 nights and we'll also see Sligo. So it's it's just adding a little bit by being asked by people to do something a little bit different and see more. So that's a very good one on the 2nd of October for 5 nights. Then we have the 15th of October, the 6th of November, and December we have 2 dates. Friday the 1st for 3 nights, which incorporates a music weekend in the hotel. And December the 4th is a 5-nighter there, which incorporates the 8th of December, the Immaculate Conception.
Wow, you've got plenty to choose from. Now, for those who would like to know more, you can be reached on 01268 762 278 or email knockpilgrimages@gmail.com. And there's no pressure to book. You welcome all inquiries, Patricia.
Absolutely. It's important that people are informed before they even consider booking. So I'm here to answer any questions.
Lovely. Now, Knock Pilgrimages can be found on Facebook. It's a new Facebook account. Yet already some excellent feedback from participants. Once again, call Patricia for an informal discussion. 01268 762 278. Patricia, do keep up the good work and come back and talk to us again as you add to your schedule. It's been great speaking to you.
Thanks very much, Jerry.
Appreciate that. Thank you indeed,
Thank
Patricia.
you. God bless.
Take care, Patricia.
There were people of all ages gathered round the gable wall.